You did not come here by accident. Before you were born, your soul saw the entire journey of this life and still chose to enter. Paramahansa Yogananda. Have you ever asked yourself, why was I born into this family? Why did I love someone so deeply and so painfully? Those seemingly random things are actually precise pieces of your soul's divine blueprint. According to Yogananda and the ancient sages, the soul is not thrown into this world blindly. Before you reincarnate, you yourself, at the deepest level, with timeless wisdom, choose the people, circumstances, and challenges necessary for your spiritual awakening. Not because it is easy, not because you like it, but because it is necessary for your evolution. Those choices are guided by the karma you have sown, the unfinished soul lesson, the unfinished karmic relationship, and the rare opportunities for awakening only appear when you reincarnate in the right place, with the right person at the right time. In the intermediate world, where the soul reviews the entire life, the soul is not limited by time. Before it reincarnates, it knows clearly where it is going and why it needs to go there. Paramahansa Yogananda. After leaving the body, the soul enters the intermediary world, a subtle space between two lives, where there is no physical body but still full consciousness, emotions, and soul memories. Here, the soul is given the opportunity to review its entire past life, like a slow-motion film, but not just from its own perspective, but from all sides affected by its own actions. Who guides the soul on this journey? Guru, a spiritual master who has accompanied it through many lives. Deva, beings of light at a higher level of evolution. Spirit guides, spiritual guides who help coordinate the journey. In this state, the soul is not judged, but feels the true vibration of each action. If you have caused pain to someone, you will feel that pain at the vibrational frequency of the soul itself, as if you were bearing it. After reviewing the entire karmic movie, the soul is not forced to reincarnate, but voluntarily chooses. Family and parents. Living environment. Body, gender. Karmic connections like lovers, spouses, children. And the exact moment to be reborn, where the karmic elements ripen. But the purpose of those choices is not to live an easy life, but to transform old karma, awaken the soul, pay off unfinished emotional debts, become a guiding light for others. Rebirth is not a punishment. It is a sacred opportunity to continue the journey of liberation. Yogananda. The soul contract and the sacred karma bond. Souls who have loved each other, hurt each other, and parted ways will find each other, not to repeat themselves, but to heal, to finish, or to complete the unfinished lesson. Paramahansa Yogananda. In the physical world, you might call it love, destiny, or fate. But in the light of enlightened masters like Yogananda, a soulmate is not just an emotional choice, but a sacred part of the soul contract, a deep agreement established before two souls incarnate. No meeting is accidental. On the soul level, every deep relationship, especially love, has its karmic roots and evolutionary purpose. You don't fall in love with someone by accident and then fall apart. You don't meet someone for no reason and feel like you've known them forever. And you don't just have bad luck when you fall in love with someone who hurts you. All encounters are carefully designed from the depths of your soul consciousness to awaken, challenge, and elevate you to a new level of consciousness. What is a soul contract? According to Yogananda, before reincarnation, your soul creates a contract, not on paper, but on vibrational frequencies, on silent promises between the souls involved. The person you loved but didn't love completely. The person you hurt and haven't apologized to. The person who was your teacher, student, child, parent, or enemy in past lives. And then they will come back in a new form. A lover who is so deep that it takes your breath away. A spouse who causes arguments and breaks up. Or a silent, nameless soulmate who changes your soul. 3 types of soulmate relationships according to spiritual enlightenment. 1. Karmic relationship. This is the settlement of the soul book's relationship, often intense, captivating, full of strong emotions and prone to suffering. It does not come to last, but to help you see the shadow within yourself, confront it, and resolve it. 2. Healing partner. This is a teacher in the guise of a lover, helping you awaken from false patterns, break the cycle of old karma, and bring you back to yourself. 3. Soul companion. This is a companion of awakening, practicing, meditating, supporting each other in their evolution. They can be a life partner, or someone who is not romantic in name, but has a deep and lasting spiritual connection. Why do you love the person who hurts you the most? Because sometimes you yourself, in the soul realm, have agreed to it. Not to punish yourself, but to learn how to love without attachment, how to let go without resentment, and how to grow without dependence. Many souls have promised each other, if I forget who I am, do something strong to wake me up. And sometimes that strong thing is a breakup, a separation, even a betrayal, but the ultimate purpose is never to destroy you. It is to awaken your true self, beyond romantic illusion, beyond emotional dependence, and back to your pure essence. True love does not make you become more perfect, it helps you remember who you are. True love does not paint you into an ideal. It reflects what you have not healed, awakens the light within you, and peels away the masks you have worn. True love does not transform you into someone else. It brings you back to yourself, whole, clear, and free of illusion. Paramahansa Yogananda. The message. If you are in love with someone and the journey is challenging, painful, stop and ask, what is my soul learning from this relationship? You will find that every encounter is sacred. Every heart that comes and goes leaves a light or a lesson of enlightenment. You are not being punished, you are completing your soul journey. There is no punishment from God. There are only subtle responses from the universe, sent as a silent teacher, teaching you to be yourself. Paramahansa Yogananda. Have you ever asked yourself, why did I have to grow up in such an unjust environment? Why did I have to suffer hurt, loss, poverty, betrayal? What did I do wrong to be treated like this by life? Stop. You are not being punished by anyone. There is no punishment from God. Instead, you are living in a perfect process where every event is a response from karma, from what your soul has agreed to accept, with deep courage, even if you do not remember it at the moment. Karma is not a judgment, it is a soul repair system. In Yogananda's light, karma is not a cosmic law of retribution, but a compassionate feedback system, subtle, precise, and loving. It does not punish you for mistakes. It simply takes you back to where you neglected to learn the lesson, this time, deeply, with an open heart and an awakened mind. Karma is the most honest mirror, reflecting what you need to heal, what you have sown and have not reaped, and what you are willing to go through to return to your pure self. Like the student of the guitar. If you give up in C major, you will be invited back. Not to be scolded, but to master it through living experience. Your soul chooses the path that is not easy because you know you are strong enough. Yogananda taught that the most advanced souls do not choose a life of ease. They choose deep wounds to learn forgiveness and healing, great losses to learn to let go without falling, extreme adversity to break the ego that encases the soul. Because they know the place of greatest pain is the gate to the clearest truth, and the place of destruction is where the light can enter. Don't ask why, ask what for. The question that transforms pain into awakening. When you can't change the situation, change your perspective. And the question you ask will change the entire outcome. Paramahansa Yogananda. When suffering strikes, betrayal, separation, illness, injury, or loss, the first question that usually pops out of our mouths is, why? Why did this happen to me? Why did they hurt me? Why do I keep repeating these tragedies? That's the voice of the ego, which always wants to understand rationally, wants to be in control, wants to find someone to blame, wants quick answers. But the soul doesn't ask why. The soul asks what for. Not to analyze, but to transform. Not to resist, but to move through with awareness. When the question changes, reality changes. A question can open up a world. When you change the question, the energy within you begins to shift. Asking why, you spin in pain, blaming others, blaming yourself, stuck in the role of victim. Asking what for, you step out of the confusion, finding the lesson, awakening to self-compassion, seeing the value of the experience. Every event is a door leading back to you. A betrayal does not come to break your heart, but to make you learn to love yourself first. An illness does not come to destroy your body, but to make you turn inward, to adjust your life direction. A seemingly devastating event does not come to crush you, but to tear away the ego mask you dare not take off. And when you ask, what is this awakening in me? You are no longer someone who runs away from suffering, but someone who enters it as a baptism of the soul. Every experience is a gift if you are quiet enough to listen. Every experience is a teacher if you are quiet enough to listen. Yogananda. Nothing in your life is a system error. No event is a mistake of fate. There are only lessons that you have not learned deeply enough, so they come back in another form. So, pain is no longer an enemy. It is a spiritual companion. It comes to knock on your inner door, inviting you to step into the light. When you ask the right questions, the answers will come from within. You don't need to seek a teacher outside. You don't need to pray for an instant miracle. You just need to sit quietly and ask yourself the questions like a spiritual practitioner. What purpose does this experience have for my soul? If I weren't afraid of pain, how would I choose differently? How can I embrace myself in this situation? You will see. You have always had the answer inside you, you just haven't asked the right questions. And just one small change in the question can change your entire life. The soul doesn't want you to be perfect, the soul wants you to be real. You did not come to this world to become an acceptable copy. You came to remember your original, unrepeatable light. Paramahansa Yogananda's interpretation. When embarking on the spiritual journey, many people think that they have to be pure like a saint, have to be calm like a Zen master, have to be infinitely compassionate like a bodhisattva. have to be always positive, always peaceful, always smiling. And then, when one day you get angry, fall, disappointed, confused, you turn inward, blaming yourself. I am not good enough. I am not enlightened enough. I am not worthy of this path. But my friend, your soul did not come here to take a spiritual exam. It does not need you to be perfect. It only requires you to be real. Spirituality doesn't ask you to eliminate the hurt. It invites you to step through it with light and compassion. ***. Yogananda once said, "When you fall, don't curse the ground. Be grateful, you are learning to stand up with your heart." Your soul doesn't care how many minutes you meditate each day. It doesn't judge you for eating clean enough, speaking morally enough, or looking peaceful. It only cares. Are you willing to face your real wound without judgment? Are you willing to open your heart to love yourself even when you are hurting? Are you willing to speak the truth even when it is not beautiful, not perfect? The truth is the temple. The truth is the healing. In the soul blueprint, there is no word perfect. Only true ***. Maybe, before you came to this world, your soul wrote a simple commitment. I will forget who I am. I will get lost. I will crash. I will lose faith. But then I will remember. And in that moment, the light will no longer be a theory, but it will be a living experience, springing up from the place where it hurt the most. Your truth is the bridge to God. You just need to return. Return to the softest, most honest, and most fragile place within you, because that is where your soul is whispering to you.